Today we are going to be taking off the front bumper and fitting some depot headlights. Let's go. Okay guys, so this morning I'm going to be taking off the front bumper. I've got the old G-Dub campers top on just because I don't mind getting it dirty. Some of the things that you're going to need to do this are a couple of axle stands, a trolley jack, a decent strong one as well, one's a 3-ton one. You're going to need a monkey wrench, and then also just like your spanner boxes, and then obviously little screwdrivers and bits. Right, okay, so first things first, we have jacked up the van. You can see it here. There's actually a little jacking point which is just down here. So this is the jacking point on the front. It's just behind the front wheel. So I've got a trolley jack under there, jack that up, and then I've just put my axle stands just under here. You can see right here there's a brace that comes along off the back there, off the back of this suspension drop arm. So it's just there. I've just put that in there. So I've taken this front wheel off, and the next thing to do is to take off the front bumper. So I'll just show you where all the screws are. Okay, so with the wheel off, you can see that there's these Torx bolts all around this inner wing which you need to take off. There's quite a few of them. There's another one just here up on the edge, there's another one there, and a few more just going up around the edge just there. You take these bits off, and basically you get like a plastic trim tool and just pop it in around the back here. If you ease it off from this side round, then you shouldn't break it, and you just sort of give it a bit of force, pull it off, use a plastic trim tool, a screwdriver will just mash the bumper up. And then in this bit here there are 3 bolts. You'll need to take off all these clips off the top of the bumper and to be able to take it off. So once you've undone all of the bolts, you should just be able to pull the bumper off. You might need to just be a little bit careful, make sure you've undone everything, don't force anything. Right, okay, so I'll just show you how to take out this headlamp. So there's a couple of T25 bolts in the top which we just need to undo. So there's one there and there's another one here. So as you take this last one out, you want to kind of be supporting the headlight because it could drop. So I'm just pushing it against the vehicle with my body weight. Right, and then this just pulls out. Oh, hang on, there's another one down here. So this one's a T30. So I've taken out those 2 T25s from there, and then there's that T30 bolt, the second one there. And then you just get the headlight, give it a little bit of a pull, and then that comes out, and then you can just pull off this multi-clip off the back. There we go. And then undo the harness from there, and then you've got the headlight. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to take this inside, take the bulbs out of this, stick them into the other one, and then I'll just show you how to check all the LEDs are working on the other light. So off the back of the headlight, we want to unscrew this one. There we go, so that's the indicator bulb, that will go back in the other light. And then we want to pull off this clip off the back here. And then we're going to use this little capless bulb out of this one. So we're going to take that out and we're going to reuse that one. This halogen bulb we won't be reusing. So that's basically everything off of that. These can go on eBay and get sold. This is the passenger side headlight, so I'll try and just do a quick run through of that. So there's this white bulb holder which I'm going to put out. I'm going to get that capless bulb and just stick that in there. Now because I've been putting my fingers on it, I'm just going to try and get off as much of that grease as I can. You just stick that in there and twist it, and that should be that one all working. And then this bulb literally is a straight fit, so it's got a thick end and a thin end. So you just line that up in the bulb holder like that, and then twist it round so that one's in. And then there's a few, I've got some halogen bulbs here that I bought from Halfords. So there's a H1, and then I've got some H7s as well. But before we do that, what we need to do, okay, so I've got my torch shining on here. You can see this blue wire. Now all the way around the LEDs, the ring lights, the angel eyes, there's these LEDs. And so what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to pull the whole lot out using my fingers. Now they're a nightmare to fit back in. So I've pulled out all of the bulbs. When you've got that on your one, you'll be able to see what I mean. You just pull them out. It's a bit like LED lights on your Christmas tree. Now what I've done, I've bought these other little bulbs here. There's a little pile of them here. So I bought a load of these. I'll put a link to these in the description. But so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to literally, all of these, I'm going to take them out and I'm going to stick in the new ones. There we go. Now the only challenge with these is that when you take these out, when you put new ones in, they only work one way round, but there's no indication on here to show you which way around it is. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to connect these into the van in a minute, and we'll see which ones aren't working and we'll turn them around. Now you need to do that when it's not actually fully fitted with the bumper back on, because you're never going to be able to change those around without doing that. As you can see, I've switched all those little capless bulbs for these LED ones over. I've also stuck in the H7 and the H1 bulbs are just in here, and then the last bit to do is to get the headlight up this way, and then there's this mount that basically goes on, and so this just slides on. You can copy the ones on the original headlights. These basically slide on here, and then there's these two little Phillips screws that basically just go in here and in here, and then I'll tighten those up, and then this is ready to fit in the van. Okay, so we're just going to check these LED bulbs are working, so I'm just going to quickly just temporarily connect that in there, and then I'm going to try and put this headlight, there we go. As you can see, like most of these are working, a bit like on a Christmas tree, but there's a few that aren't. So all we're going to do, you should ideally turn the lights off, but you just get these out, and then we're just going to switch them around 180 degrees, and then we know that they're all, these bulbs are in the right way. So there we go, look at that, pretty as a Christmas tree. So that's all sorted, and then we know that this is all plugged in, all working fine. I'm just going to quickly go through checking the other bulbs as well. I've got all the bulbs in, the back covers on, and so I'll just quickly show you how to fit it on the front. Okay, so we get this multi-plug, and this just literally plugs in here. Right, the next thing is really just to offer this up. There's these clips that just go in the side here, and so you just line these up, and that pokes in there. Okay, and then in the top there are these long bolts that go through the top here, and so they just go in there to catch that in. And then there's another one here. Just go back a bit, that's it. Guys, so I've got the new headlights fitted. You can see them just down there. They look absolutely awesome. I'm really pleased with them. So let's see what they look like on. Guys, Angel Eye headlights done.